Alrighty, POE, it is week 4, and here are your tasks. Okay, but first, what are we exploring this week? Well, I'm glad you asked. Here it is. Central questions for this week are, how much can you stretch a material before it breaks? And how can we reliably know what those limits are for safe building? Okay, those are the questions you are going to explore this week. In fact, it's up to you. You can even test those questions, all right, with a simulator on Fusion 360. Okay, so CCQs for this week. Let's talk about those. The answer to the previous week's comprehension check questions, or CCQs, are in the details here. Okay. This week's CCQs are also in the details / on the Google Classroom post, okay? And those questions are, let me just pull those up here. Stress / strain gives us what property? Okay, so that's actually stress divided by strain, or stress over strain. Gives us what property? Hint, check your formula pack or the slideshow from 2.3.1. And 2, we can learn 7 or more material properties from tensile testing. Name 4 of those material properties we can learn. All right, so those are your comprehension check questions for this week. Back to the tasks for this week. All right, so tensile strength, okay? A second thing I'd like you to do is check your feedback on 2.2.1 and 2.2.2 and last week's 2.3.1, okay? So make sure you're looking for the feedback I'm giving you on those things, okay? So tensile testing, I know I've said this over and over, I'm finally to it here. Tensile strength, using the tensile tester. So the one that they have through MyPLTW, which I can kind of show you those directions here, this is like a link to it, and I've provided that in the directions for today's activity that assignment I'm putting on Google Classroom. That is not the best program for Macs, okay? I've toyed with it a little bit, only like a half hour or so. I didn't work too hard at it, to be honest. But yeah, it's like it says here. Looks like it's a no-go. Okay, so what I'm offering instead, or encouraging instead, is for you to try it out on Fusion 360 or look up another tensile test simulation online. Frankly, I'm sure there are many. Okay, there's probably all kinds of like educational websites that have material tensile testers. All right, so the things I want you to test would be steel, aluminum, and copper. Okay, just in their most basic forms. All right, anyway, what I'm looking for is, first, of course, you're just answering these questions: which material will bend most before it breaks? Which material is strongest? All right, of those 3, okay, steel, aluminum, and copper. Let me bold that here. And if you want to go beyond that, yeah, you actually perform the test, okay, and paste some of your screenshots of your results here, okay? And even beyond that, work out some of the problems that are in this activity, okay, where you come below and actually find out, okay, what is the proportional limit stress? Okay, they have you located on your graph and then solve for it, okay, using this formula: stress equals force divided by area, all right? And so on and so forth. Maybe solve this problem, yield point stress, okay? If you want to test stuff using Fusion 360, I have another video on how to do that. Let me just show you real briefly what that is. I learned all this stuff from this site right here, which you could Google, all right? So just pause the screen, Google that, you'll find it, all right, on Fusion 360. But this is what I did, and it's pretty cool. All right, so the simulation on the left, these are both the same steel bar. Okay, it's a 1-inch in diameter, 10-inch long steel rod or bar, and it's had the same point anchored and a force applied to the same point. But in this case, it's 3,000 pounds. In this case, it's 30,000 pounds. All right, so what we find when we get to run these simulations, which is pretty cool, it's telling me that actually this is like way too much steel for that amount of load. All right, it's just a waste of material. And this, it's not enough. We're getting kind of risky here. Okay, so play with this stuff, enjoy it, let me know what you find.